Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Mondays is like a little news tidbit thing that I like to pop up here for about an hour and then go over. And I think the title pretty much says it all. 10 stories the news forgot to tell you. And many people don't, they've never heard any of these stories or anything. Some of us has. A lot of these stories I've already talked about in the past. Bring it up from here and there. But yeah, I figured we'd go over some of them here. Might not get through all 10, but we'll give it a try. And these are, some of these stories are old. I'm not going to, we've heard these, a lot of this stuff for ages, so to speak. But again, they're not in the news anymore, and they keep doing tests, and it keep popping up a little bit, but it doesn't make the headlines. And I used to do videos about top 10 things they don't tell us about and stuff. So I guess let's go ahead and get started with it. Our number one on the list, and it doesn't mean it's better or worse, it's just the one we start with. And number one is forever chemicals in rainwater pose a global threat to human health. Well, we've already determined that pretty much anyone that is out there right now has the PFAS chemical. It's the forever pesticide. You can't get rid of it. It's everywhere. They've tested people here in 2018, I do believe. Out of 100 people that they tested in different regions of the United States, every one of them had that strain in their DNA. It's in the DNA now. So it's here. There's no way of getting around it. It's in the soil. It's in the water. When it rains, it's coming down on you and whatnot. But again, you don't hear about it. And I'll go over the researchers at USC, and this is kind of recent. USC San Francisco published a study in its annuals of global health using internal industry documentations to show that companies responsible for the forever chemicals have known for decades that these substances pose a threat to human health and environment, which we all knew this. Like I said, I talked about this probably 3 years ago with farmers having trouble not being able to grow anything. It's because that chemical is so strong in their soil, it's contaminated. They can't grow anything, and their land is useless pretty much now. Now, number two on the list here is pretty interesting. Number two is the hiring of former CIA employees blurs the lines between big tech and Big Brother. Okay. A lot of, and I don't know how many people dug into this or heard it, but Google has filled their offices with ex-CIA employees or agents or whatever you want to call them. And the first part of this broke in 2022. Nothing has been done since that, to say, hey, that seems unfair or anything like that. But they have continued to fill their ranks with ex-CIA agents. Now, I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing for, but it's kind of interesting that they would know a lot of secrets that may help, like a company like Google, high-tech companies, or they have contacts and things like that. I don't know. Have you guys heard anything about this? These people leaving the CIA and going to these high-tech companies? It's interesting. You wouldn't think. I mean, if you get laid off from one place, you go to another place, but there has to be, CIA is they know a lot of stuff. They know a lot of information. They have a lot of contacts with other countries, and there's a lot of stuff that they could, a lot there. And Google is not the only one. Facebook or Meta, Microsoft, a lot of the big tech companies are really going out there and getting these CIA employees and trying to get them to work for their companies. So, makes you wonder, doesn't it? What advantages do they have to getting the CIA people to work for them? And our number 3 on the list of top 10 things of news forgot to tell us about, I guess. Toxic chemicals continue to go unregulated in the United States. This is kind of given. We knew this. Most of the time it flies from the sky and big white clouds, those things. The United States is global laggard in chemical regulations, chemical industry influences, and acquaintances by the Environment Protection Agency, the government, allegedly, sorry. But yeah, the law allowed more than 60,000 chemicals to stay on the market without even a review to see if these were dangerous at all. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, now I could go to the biblical stuff, the signs that are going on right now with that. You know that they found where the Euphrates is drying up. That's a major sign right there if it dries up. But yeah, there's a lot going that they're finding rooms underneath or structures underneath where the water used to be. What's our next one here? Number 4. Stalkerware could be used to incriminate people violating the baby thing bans. Up to 200 surveillance apps and services that provide secret access to people's phones for a monthly fee could become a significant legal threat to people seeking to delete their their little ones. We can't say the word, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But now the Roe is overturned. Your data isn't. This was on CNET too. Just 2 days after the decision was passed, they found digital trails of these people that want their little ones no more. They found these malwares and stuff on there, to monitor how they were doing. Somewhat, yeah, somewhat. And the things on the phones too. It was mainly from the phones, but yeah. Let me see. And there's not too much information on it. The category of tools is known as stalkerware, often marketed as a tool to monitor. Yeah, we probably shouldn't talk about this. A lot of stuff I can't even say, but just do a search for it, and stalkerware for the baby thing. Oh, that's Rugnut over there. Yeah, a lot of these. No wonder these things are on the news, because you have to read like one word and leave out 10. The next one is certified rainforest carbon offsets are mostly worthless. The forest carbon offsets approved by the world leading, scientists and all those guys that know everything, used by Disney, Shell, Gucci, and other big corporations, are largely worthless and could make global heating worse. According to new investigation, the Guardian reported in 2023, and this is still going on, the analysts raised questions over the credits brought up by a number of international renowned companies. Some of them have labeled on their products carbon neutral. I don't think I've ever seen anything that said carbon neutral on a product, though. Anyways, this carbon neutral, and it's when you buy new clothes or eat certain foods without making climate crisis worse. I didn't know there was a thing for on food, but anyways, these carbon offsets are now being said that they are useless, or even worse for the environment, that these companies are pushing. Now I wonder how much extra money they're getting for these things. Yeah, I haven't either. I've never seen carbon neutral. Does it means? I don't know. I haven't seen it. Oh, don't the O2 tax? I wouldn't doubt it. I'm surprised. Of course, we're not in any of that right now. I don't think we are. I think Trump took us out, but the global climate people, or whatever they're called, I'm surprised they haven't brought up charging countries taxes or something to, oh, if your carbon levels over a certain much, then you have to pay some money. It's on chocolate? It's everywhere in Canada. They put a rating. Oh, okay. So it might not be here in the United States yet, or at least I haven't seen it. That's what I was wondering. I'm like, where is this? I haven't seen it before. But what they're saying on here, that the process they're using for this, the rating and stuff, is actually worse on the environment than just letting it be. Yet the windmill's a whole thing, because I used to live out in, when go to drive from Phoenix to LA, we used to go by fields and fields of those things. And if you ever go through that area to where you can actually see the ground and everything, look on the ground. You'd be surprised how many dead birds are around these windmills. It's like crazy amount. It's like these things call to the birds or something, and the birds are attracted to those windmills. As soon as that bird gets in there, boom, they're toast. Yeah, solar is, the thing is, these big solar fields don't really produce that much more energy than just burning coal, for that matter. Because if you sit there and think about it, all those panels, glass panels, the temperature in those areas go up 20 to 30 degrees at least. Somebody that used to work at one of those places, where all they do is go out there and clean the glass off. They go from one to the other. They say they get burnt so dang bad from the heat, not from the reflection, just from the heat from that glass. They have to wear protective, almost like a fire suit. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm still waiting for the fart tax. Poor Jeff will be broke. Now, this next one, number 6. I'm just going to go ahead and read the headline of this and let you guys take it over from this one. Now, number 6, unicorns are winning elections. Now, I know if Eric was up here, he has a few of those. Yeah, that'd be a sight to see. Jeff Fart Tax GoFundMe. Please send money to Jeff. I don't know where Eric's at. He's probably busy. A unicorn is somebody. Well, what is a unicorn to you? Basically it's a say a Republican gets hired on and gets elected and votes Democrat. He's like a secret agent, so to speak. That's kind of what and a lot of states already have these. You guys can probably pick out your own, but yeah, this is kind of nothing new because we all know them, well, that's kind of the point with the unicorn. They say they're one thing, but they're a totally different other thing. Yeah, so to speak. Yeah, I think that's a fancier way of putting it. Or you could probably say it like this: allegedly, a paid politician, and I don't mean paid by the government. I mean paid by corporations. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, this one's been popping up here in the last couple of years. Number 7 is fossil fuel investors sue governments to block climate regulations. A couple times they have won. Oh, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Oh, I understand. But good to see you, and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. But again, this is something that you don't see too much, in the media. Now, let's see. The 5 countries with the greatest potential losses, and this means these companies are winning. Monza Bio something other won from $7 to $31 billion. Ghana, $5 million to $21 million. Venezuela, which that's a doozy there. I'm not going to get into that one too much, but that's $3 million to $21 billion with a B. Russia, $2 to $16 billion. The United Kingdom, $3 to $14 billion. These are the the oil companies and those guys suing the governments to reverse some of the climate regulations, and you just don't see it on the news. And there's a lot of that going on, and I was like, why is this not a bigger thing? And the ones that you definitely do not see are the ones that are going on here in the United States, because it's happened here in United States. Oh yeah, that's a big one there. And like I already talked about, Trump being 20 moves ahead of everybody's thinking. You don't realize how much everybody's complaining about, how much money our gas bill is and this and that. You don't understand how much gas we are selling, or how much oil we are selling to our enemies, so to speak. We have been sending oil over to China, one ship after another one, because they can't get any oil from Iran anymore. The bobbleheads. Yeah. Well, I had a live about this. Oh, a couple weeks ago about this. Is all this stuff was planned out. I mean, he must have had this plan his last go hand at president, because there's some stuff that he enabled as soon as he got in office, and it was like chess moves, boom, 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 and I didn't see it until about a month ago, and I was like, holy crap, this is all planned. And it's amazing how he planned things ahead that made it look like they were doing the moves, and he was making them move without even making them do the moves. It's amazing. Yeah, well, those. If you're ever at the gas pump, and that's why the gas prices are different for each county or each state, they'll tell you how much taxes you're paying for that gallon of gas. It's crazy. That's like cigarettes. It's just not you're buying the cigarettes. You pay a tax on those cigarettes, and then you pay a tax on the purchase of those cigarettes too. It's same thing with beer. You know, they have an extra higher tax on beer that's not where you buy it at, you know, like at the checkout. It's when the store buys it from somebody, there's an extra tax on it, just like your gas and everything else. Cigarettes are the same way. But next time you go to the gas pump, look for the sticker that says how much your taxes are, how much tax is on that gallon of gas. Yeah, beer is, and they use you know, all that money goes for road repairs, or that money goes to stop drunk drivers and things like that. 42%. Woo. Let's see. Number 8 is proximity to oil and gas extraction sites linked to material and childhood health risk, which this is nothing new. This has been going on since drilling has started, but they have put regulations down while it's supposed to be. And these regulations areas keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It used to be, you know, when a well was drilled, they would start drilling for a well. It couldn't be around a certain water supply. It couldn't be this and that. It had to be so many feet away from any household areas. But now it's keeps shrinking down to where it's, in the last 10 years, it's overlooked now. I think so. I can't remember the place in Texas, but their playground where the kids play at school, right next to it is an oil pump, pumping oil out of the ground. And it used to be, you know, that's a big no-no. It's not even supposed to be some 100 feet, or I don't know the exact number, but it used to be a good distance away from any structure where humans were living or animals. And now it's gotten to where, you know, right next to a school, and they're finding out these kids are coming home sick and everything. It's because, you know, the fumes or the drainage into the water or whatever. And that's where we need the Aaron Brockovich lady to step up and get these guys. Yeah, fracking has a lot to do with it too. You know, and that was a big thing on you know, and I can't say the word, but when new politicians are advertising to become the next politician. Diesel gas over $7 a gallon by me. Woo. Yeah. See, that's the thing, is a lot of people don't understand when diesel goes up, everything goes up. That's how it gets back and forth. Oh. Now, Carol Z, is gas still under what it was with Biden when Biden went nuts and gas prices went up to $8-9 a gallon? I still don't think it's as bad as Biden yet. But our gas right here is I think $3.45 right now. Oh, yeah, ours is $3.45 here in Ohio. Well, by me, that is. Yeah, that's what, 5.39 right now. Okay. Yeah, I remember in California with Biden, it was $7-8. Some sides said 9, but I don't know if that was true or not. But definitely, I mean, the one thing that I look at is, and you can't really put eggs in that category anymore because eggs is all wonky as it is now. But it used to be, pay attention to your milk, your hamburger, and bread. And it used to be eggs, but eggs is all screwed up now. But watch those prices. Those prices start going up, then you know things ain't good. Oh yeah, Southern's always been that way. Just because, you know, that's more population. I used to live up in Eureka area, and that was only temporary. It was in a tent too. Oh, Chevron. We don't even have Chevron over here. Hey, Vester, how you doing? Like, milk is just as high as gasoline right now. $11. Now is is that a gallon, or do you guys have it liters or something up there for milk? I always wonder that. Do you guys in Canada, do they come in a liter container or does it come in a gallon? Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Oh, it depends where you're at. Because I always wondered that because you guys don't have gallons, you have liters. So does it come in? Why wouldn't be? I don't know. 4 liters. Well, I know what a gallon is, but I mean, is the jug? Is it a gallon jug, or is it like 2 liters or 3 liters or something like that, or is it 4 liters? I know that's weird to ask, but I always wondered that because I know when you go get a gallon of gas, it's not a gallon; they go by liters up there. In Ontario, it's 3 plastic bags. Oh yeah, I remember somebody told me about the bags. It's a jug, 4 liter. Okay. You can get 1 liter or 4 liters. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I remember the bags. Yeah, well, that's interesting because our Goodwill, they charge you for the bags. If you want to put your stuff in a bag, you have to pay for the plastic bag. Hey, Civvy, good to see you. Oh, really? In Wisconsin? That's weird. I don't. Well, I wouldn't. Last time I was in Wisconsin when I was a little kid, I remember I had to dress up. We had uniforms. That's how bad it was in Wisconsin. Yeah, the number 9 we can't talk about. And this is, I guess we can talk about this one. It says number 10, profits hit a record high and Wall Street bonuses are skyrocketing. Last quarter, this is bonuses. Were paid out $2 trillion were paid out in bonuses. Dang, that's a lot of money. And you wonder why the rich keep getting richer. $2 trillion in bonuses on Wall Street, that is. Huh. Oh. They charge 10 cents. Oh, 10 cents for a bag if you don't have your own bag. Dang. Oh, they don't? Well, they have the normal plastic bags which cost 10 cents, and then you can buy a reusable bag, and their big one is like $5. And not only that is they when you check out, they ask you, do you want to donate to Goodwill, whatever fund it is? And I'm like, no. How about donate to my poor butt has to shop at Goodwill? Yeah, I'm surprised the other stores haven't got that way. Well, let me ask this. How many of your grocery stores still have paper bags? Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, they charge you tax on the bag too. Oh no, I love good. I, I go to Goodwill all the time. That's where I get a lot of my cooking stuff in Goodwill. Audi's does not have. Oops, does not have bag your groceries. They sell. Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, our Bueller still has paper bags. Now, Audi's, you can buy paper bags. Only reason I ask about the paper bags because that's how I cook my turkey for Thanksgiving. I put my turkey in there in the bag and put it in the pan and staple the end of it. And I've never had a dry turkey. It's always super moist. Yeah, my son, um, one of the first places he goes looks in the toy section for toys that he can resell for collectors and stuff like that, and then he heads over to the book section, and he's got um, uh, Harry Potter books. Some of them have, and I don't know where he finds this information out or anything, but he gets he gets the books and he knows where the errors are in these books and stuff because he can look at them and see which ones are which, and he'll say, "Oh, I got to get this one here," and those are worth like $300-400 books that he picks up for a couple bucks. I do the same thing. I I got some reusable bags from Amazon. I think it was 20 of them, and they're good when I first had them, and then I bring them in and I set them by the door on a shelf, and I always forget to take them with me, so I never use them. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, I love holding on them paper bags. They come in handy so good. Yep. I still have all those bags sitting up there. And I put them by the door on purpose so I would remember before I leave, grab the reusable bags. Every time I forget them. Well, the thing is, if I put those bags on a hanger, one of my cats would get stuck in a bag or something because they have to attack anything that dangles. Cooler bags, yeah. Well, I've got a seat that pops up, and I used to stick them in there, but I always forget to bring them outside when I'm done. Well, that is supposed to be the up to date list of things that 10 things or 10 news stories they forgot to tell us about. And there's a bunch more. How many times do you come across something that, why isn't this like the top thing in the news? It's because, everybody hates Trump, so Trump's the story. I want to see news that says a kid was rescued from bad things, or this woman was saved from this, or whatever happened to those stories. It used to be you would hear the news and then they would put toward the end of the news, they would put a good story like so-and-so, the community came together to help this family to build a new house or something like that. Those are good stories. I miss those. Yeah, I got it. I'll just give you a tidbit. I got a video coming out tomorrow. It's and this is the world. We eat and produce, or this is the max thing, and there may be a little bit more than this, but this is the main thing. We only eat 12 plants and 5 animals. That's the world. And most people, like here in the United States, most people eat chicken, beef, and pork. That's their main thing. Other countries do eat sheep, and other countries do eat goats, but the majority of it is those. And you would be surprised that we have lost 90% of plants since 1900 that will never be around ever again. That's it. Never again. They'll never be here anymore because they're extinct. It's because the government, the companies have got us trained to eat this little bit amount of food instead of a big variety, because they can keep shrinking it down, and then guess what? They control what we eat, so they control us. But when I sat there and thought about it, 12 plants, is that all we really eat? And that's what it is. It's crazy and that's the majority of what everybody eats, is those 12 plants. And there's thousands and thousands of plants out there that just doesn't get mentioned or anything. B, you don't you live in Florida and you don't eat iguana? That stuff's good. Although I don't think it would. It depends what they eat down there too. No, I already got the video ready to go out for tomorrow, so you guys can check that out. It's nothing real important or any. Well, I guess it is, but it's not like woohoo groundbreaking stuff, because it's just to get your brain thinking. It's crazy that the world is down to eating 12 plants. That's the majority. There are other plants that we eat, but that's the top ones, the majority of what gets ate. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Let me go see if there's anybody else live or getting ready to go live here so I can send a few of you over. Oh, Brenda's live. Let's go over to Brenda's. Oops, she's playing music, so I got to mute her real quick. Okay, I want everybody to head over, and we'll be back here Wednesday. Me and Jeff, and hopefully Eric. But make sure you go over to Brenda's Freedom Redbirds. It is her birthday. Make sure you say happy birthday and that we sent you guys over, and we will see you Wednesday. You guys have a good night, and thanks everybody for hanging out, and we'll catch you on the next one.